Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Snark Bait. I'm Christy.
I'm Sophie, and we have a lot to talk about today. We are touching on the Summer House spinoff, some Claudia Oshry stuff, the Bella and Yolanda Hadid Instagrams that have been going viral. There's a lot happening there. Ned Fulmer's return after his scandal, a little New York City influencer roundup, Nina Dobrev and Zac Efron and what they have been up to. It involves a yacht in Italy. And our predictions for Selena Gomez's wedding. And of course, our dark energy objects and light energy objects of the week. So let's do it.
Let's do it. Hey, Sophie, how's it going on this stunning Sunday morning? You look fabulous. Your hair is beautiful.
Oh
Your
my
blush
God.
is on point.
Oh my God, thank you. Okay, you guys, Olivia, our researcher, turned me on to House Labs, which is Lady Gaga's beauty brand. And I know we like talk about, how many celebrity beauty brands there are and how some of them are not worth it, aka Rem Beauty, which is Ariana Grande's. I am obsessed with House Labs blush. So thank you, House Labs. Thank you, Olivia, our researcher. And this is like sometimes it's like the 4-day old blowout that ends up looking the best. I had like I told you before we started recording, two weddings this weekend. So it's been
Wow.
a busy weekend, but here we
Two
are.
weddings? I didn't realize you were at two.
Yeah, we did
Wow.
one. We had just, one of those double booked weekends. So we did one of the Friday nights and then one the actual wedding. So we had to travel from that destination. They were both, in the tri-state area, but
Yeah.
not in the city. So we had some road trips and yeah, now here we are. How was your weekend?
She's booked and busy. Well, speaking of House Labs, I just got back from a trip to Sephora and I purchased the House Labs foundation. I've had a lot of trouble
Ooh.
finding my color because I find that with House Labs, because it's clean beauty or what, I
Hmm.
don't know, clean beauty can be kind of controversial to say, but what I know to be clean beauty, it oxidizes differently on your skin. So sometimes I'll
Hmm.
put it on my neck. That's the best way, by the way, if you guys want to figure out your foundation shade test, put it on your neck and then let it sit and get into harsh lighting, like not super sunny, but a little bit overcast to see if it blends well with your neck skin color, because that's ultimately how you want to shade match. I hate when you go to Sephora and they're like, let me shade match you. And in fact, it's always off. It's always like too dark or far too light. So that's the way to
Hmm.
do it. And I think I finally found my shade. So I picked up House Labs this morning myself, plus the concealer because I ran out of concealer. And I always use NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And I've heard the House Lab concealer is fabulous. And Jordan, our producer, loves it. I think Olivia, our researcher, also loves it. Do you
Yeah.
use House Labs concealer?
No, I actually need a new concealer because I'm not loving the one that I just started using. I just
Mm.
like randomly, I was like, I'm gonna get like Makeup by Mario. Like I don't know. I ran out of whatever concealer I was using before that. I can't even remember honestly. I like haven't found one that like I swear by yet. So I'm like, next time I'm getting the House Labs because if this blush is any indication, like it lives up to the hype.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tower 28 has really good concealer as well. Tower
yeah.
28 and NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is what I would suggest. But I'm going to check out the House Labs and I'll let you know if I like it.
Yeah, let me know. This is what we talk about in our Snarkbait group chat like 75% of the time. And Christy, I think it was you when I was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with the House Labs blush, you guys. Thank you, Olivia. Christy was like, it's so creamy. And I was like, never use that word again. It is
Every
so Lacarian, is what Olivia said. It's Kendra Lacari coded. It is so, it's like an original dark energy object, is the word creamy.
If you guys are a patron, patreon.com/snarkbaitpod, we talked about Unknown Number, Kendra
Hmm.
Lakari, and oh my gosh, we have a lot going on the Patreon. This week we are talking, tomorrow, actually, we're talking Nepo babies. We're talking Haley Bieber, Dakota
Hmm.
Johnson, and Margaret Qualley.
You go Magwit Kwewi.
Margaret. When I was a kid, I used to be in speech pathology because I couldn't say my R's or my
Oh my God,
S's.
I'm
And
so sorry.
yeah, and so you kind of like that was a trigger. So no, I'm just kidding. I don't get offended at that. I know my voice is annoying. Everyone says
No,
Sophie's
it's not.
voice is annoying.
Christy. Okay, well, thanks for bringing up my voice being annoying. I'm aware. Ho, 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 ho. No, Christy, someone made a TikTok that was like, Christy from Snarkbait has the best voice I've ever heard. It's like a little bit raspy. It's like just so soothing to listen to. And I completely agree. Christy has like
Mhm.
the least annoying voice in the world. It's my voice that's dragging down both of us.
Well, many would beg to differ. And I think it's just, it's a preference. It's a preference. If you prefer both of our voices, if you hate both of our voices, it's totally personal.
Should
But
I start using like a voice changer to record the pod? No, it's the unknown number text voice where it's like I can't even do it.
hey,
No, that's Craig Conover.
Chicky.
Chicken.
Wait,
Um,
what was I gonna say? Can we really quickly talk about in the deep voice of it all? You guys, I have a petition and I said you better reach out to Carl Radke to get him on Snarkbait or else.
oh yeah, and I did. I DM'd Carl about because I'm actually going to soft bar boots on the ground this
Cute.
week, unless all of my coworkers that I'm supposed to go with bail on me, which is always a chance after like an annoying day at the office. Like there are some people that are like, I just want to go home. I understand. But I am going no matter what.
I
So
love that.
I'm going to soft bar tomorrow, Wednesday. And I reached out to Carl. I was like, hey, just a heads up. I'm going to soft bar. I'm so excited. Also, uh, we would love to have you on the pod. I would love to talk about what his role is with the new Summer House spinoff
In the city, is that what it's called?
in the city. Like, I'm a little confused why he wasn't named. So this was actually on my list to talk about. Let's just jump right into it. Is that the Summer House spinoff in the city was formally announced. There have been like so many rumors and whispers about it, but it's officially happening. And the confirmed people as of now are Kyle Cook and his wife Amanda, also Lindsay Hubbard, and then Andrea and his wife Lexi.
Yeah.
And it's like, where's Carl? So we have two of the OGs, three if you count Amanda as an OG. I'm just, I'm curious, like, what is Carl's role going to be? Because I feel like they're trying to make Summer House, they're trying to keep it young. Like, I feel like Kyle and Lindsay are kind of aging out of the whole Summer House thing, which is why they're doing the spinoff. Like, so I doubt he would stay on Summer House if they're not going to be there, but he's not going to be on the spinoff.
I found it really weird as well because they announced all these OGs from Summer House, but
Yeah.
Carl was noticeably absent. And in this time of fall 2025, when Softbar has launched its opening, you would think he's doing everything he can to market the hell out of this place. And in doing so, it would be being on Summer House and being on this spinoff. So I have no idea what that is about. I feel like if he were casted, he would obviously be named with everyone else. So it's very much a mystery, but I would love him to address it on the Snarkbait podcast. So if you guys could do us a favor and maybe on his most recent picture on Softbar, just be like, hey, we would love to hear you on the Snarkbait podcast. Just like flood his IG photos just because we really want to give him a chance to showcase Softbar and what it's all about and how he's feeling about the opening and what was done to kind of get it off the ground. I mean, it's now become a thing. We've been talking about it over the last like 12 to 18 months, and I'm happy for him that he started this new recent endeavor. And I want to know how it's going as a business owner and as a reality TV star. Like, how is he juggling all of it? And
Dream
yeah,
guest, literally dream guest. Like Timothy Chalamet could reach out to us and it'd be like, no, we want Carl.
and Sophie and Carl, like they know, like they're loose acquaintances, so it's
Wait,
not like
when we
we're
saw each other, remember you guys, I saw him at LaGuardia and he was showing me the renderings of Soft Bar. And from everything on social media, it looks like it's turned out, pretty nice. Like it looks really nice. I mean, again, like I will be there in the flesh this week, so I will report back. Uh Also, I want to jump into uh Claudia Oshry because I'm very intrigued by what you wrote down here, which is that Claudia Oshry rehomed her dog.
yeah. So Claudia and Ben had a tragic loss of their Cavalier King Charles Theo like a year and a half ago, I think now.
Oh,
And a couple of months, he died from, I think it was suddenly. Like I think he was only 6. So it was very traumatic,
Oh,
obviously, for Ben and
God.
Claudia. And they documented a lot of their struggles and what it took when he was diagnosed, I think with the cancer, all the pain and suffering they went through, and ultimately the decision to put him down. And a couple months after Theo had passed, they adopted another Cavalier, King Charles, and named him Romeo. And Romeo looks very similar to Theo. He's a Blenheim Cavalier King Charles. I'm pretty sure they adopted him from the same like breeding home as they did from Theo. And Claudia was very open when I used to listen to the podcast before I disowned the toast in January of this year. She was very open about how difficult it was to bond with Romeo. And I think understandably so, when you have a tragic passing of an animal and you get a dog that looks exactly like your passed away animal,
Hmm.
it probably is very confusing for your mind to reconcile. Like, this isn't Theo. This is a new dog, Romeo. And she would always complain on the podcast about how he's a puppy, so he would be wetting the bed, having accidents at home, and she just gave birth to her son, Ruby.
Yeah.
So I think juggling the fact that she was trying to raise a puppy that was not behaving the way that she thought, also with a newborn, she finally admitted to all the toasters that she was rehoming Romeo to Ben's parents. And people were already theorizing that this was a thing because for months now, people keep asking on Reddit, where's Romeo? Why is she not talking about him? And so people already had a feeling that perhaps Romeo was already living with Ben's parents, but she made it official on the podcast and was like, we've officially decided to rehome Romeo to Ben's parents. He has a better home there. I think they thought that mourning the loss of Theo could potentially be rectified through getting this new dog. I don't blame them. Everyone grieves differently. You have no
Yeah.
idea how certain actions will, I don't know, impact you, but ultimately it ended up being the wrong decision.
That's tough. I mean, at least they found a home for him within the family. So it's kind of like a vetted, person. It's not like they're sending him back to the breeder or sending him to a random who knows what type of owner. So at least there's that. But yeah, that's hard to have a puppy and a newborn. Like
I couldn't
puppies,
imagine.
I'm not comparing them at all. And I've obviously never had a newborn, but like puppies are hard. Like a lot of work. Like puppies are sometimes like newborns in and of themselves. Like
Yeah.
it's really, really, really hard. So to have both at the same time, like that's tough.
People
Ay, that's
had
sad.
very conflicting opinions about it. Some people were saying, how dare she rehome this dog? She knew that perhaps the wound could be very fresh when Theo died. So maybe they thought it was irresponsible for her to have bought this other dog or adopted
Yeah.
this other dog. But other people are saying actually it's a very responsible thing for her and Ben to be doing because it was clear that they couldn't give Romeo the love and affection that he very much deserved and that he could get it from Ben's parents. And they could
Yeah.
still visit Romeo and he's still very much in their life. But actually, this is a responsible thing to do. I think it's a bit of a different story if they had just rehomed Romeo to
Yeah.
some random person like on Craigslist or
Yeah,
like Facebook.
exactly. Exactly. And yeah, I'm kind of inclined to, agree with the people that said this is the best decision they could make. I'm sure it was a difficult decision, but if they could not give him the life that he deserves to have and the attention that he deserves to have, then yeah, absolutely. It's best case scenario again to have it be someone in the family.
Yeah,
So,
just anytime you hear rehoming a dog, there's a very visceral reaction
yeah,
from
I was
people,
like, oh my
understandably
God.
so.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about this. So, thank you for bringing it to our attention. And guys, we have like one of the longest lists today that we've ever had. There's so much to talk about. Do you want to jump to Bella Hadid?
Oh my gosh. So, if you guys are living under a rock, Bella Hadid has, well, it's not even Bella, Yolanda, her mother, is posting some very concerning Instagram posts about Bella being hospitalized and her suffering from chronic Lyme disease. And she wrote a very, very long caption with an array of many photos of Bella in the hospital.
Not even
Bella's
a hospital. It looked like an outpatient, like
like
woo woo.
wellness.
Yeah, wellness
Yeah.
center.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, that's a very good distinction. It didn't appear as if it was a hospital. It was a wellness center or perhaps even her home. We
Their
don't
home.
really
Yeah.
know, but it looked like a home. It wasn't a hospital setting.
Yeah.
And I am very triggered by all this because if any of you guys have been watching Real Housewives from when Yolanda was a housewife on Beverly Hills, she documented her Lyme's journey for season after season and was even
Mhm.
called out for perhaps having Munchausen's by Lisa Rinna and saying that she's doing this for attention. And she was documenting all these, these tinctures and pills and these holistic remedies she was doing to aid her chronic Lyme's disease. She documented her removal of her breast implants. She got dental work to potentially remove like whatever was causing this disease within her body. And it seems like history is now repeating itself with her daughter Bella. And you
Mhm.
can't help but wonder, was Lisa Rinna right all along? Is she now Munchausen by proxying Bella for having the same disorder that she did? It's really, really bizarre. And I won't read the entire caption because it's very long, but this is one part of the Instagram caption I found interesting. Yolanda wrote about Bella. After many years, I stopped sharing my personal story because I needed an energetic shift. Time to focus on my healing rather than absorb other people's opinions about my journey. Okay, Yolanda. So you don't want anyone to exploit your journey of chronic Lyme's disease, which is why you stopped talking about it. But now you're exploiting your own daughter?
Yeah. And chronic Lyme disease also is not like officially recognized by the medical community.
Correct.
So it's also like, so apparently Yolanda has it, Bella has it, and Bella's brother
Anwar.
Anwar has it, allegedly. And people are like, what are the odds of three Hadids having such a rare, it's apparently really rare for the people who, do believe in it. Apparently it's extremely, extremely rare. So it's like, what are the odds?
I don't know. It all feels very fishy to me. And I really think watching Yolanda's journey, and if you guys have watched Beverly Hills, you guys know
Uh-huh.
exactly what I'm talking about. It was very troubling, honestly, to watch someone showcase something that to me didn't seem like a clear diagnosis.
Yeah, and then so it's been a while since I've watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that season. Didn't it eventually come out that she was sick from her breast implants?
Yeah, she had in the season she had removed them and she said that she did feel better. Like she felt toxicity like running through her body and upon removing the implants, she did feel a little better, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that was truly the cause of her Lyme disease.
Okay. And I think that like whether, chronic Lyme disease, how real it actually is, whatever the case, it's also freaking weird to have a photo shoot of Bella hooked up to IVs and oxygen, wrapped in towels, whatever it is. It's like so bizarre. Like the whole photo shoot thing.
Yeah, she looks really, really deeply malnourished. She looks so skeletal thin as well. That's also very concerning. People have had all these
Yeah.
allegations that Bella struggles with disordered eating, which, again, if you watched Yolanda on Beverly Hills, she would
Right.
literally crucify Gigi for even having a sliver of her own birthday cake. And she could only eat 4 almonds. Like it was all just
Yeah. Chew it
very.
slowly. Chew it slowly.
Yeah. Yolanda is crazy, and I've always
Yeah.
really respected the Hadids because I felt as if they were able to come out quite normally for Hollywood, like
Yeah.
royalty or whatever, for being the Nepo babies that they are. And I feel like they were very well adjusted and seemingly like just very nice women. They've grown up to be very polite, respectful women.
Yeah.
But this just makes me very concerned for Bella's well-being, mental.
Yeah, and that's another thing is that people are speculating that actually is she, actually getting eating disorder treatment. What's this about? Like it's been, confirmed that by the Hadids themselves that Bella used to struggle with an eating disorder. So like maybe it's that. Like it's all a little, like you said, it's a little fishy and people are confused, rightfully. And like we're not asking for this 20 photo carousel of Bella in a wellness center hooked up to IVs. Like you guys are making us ask the questions by posting all of this stuff.
Yeah, and it's let Bella have some dignity. Like
Yeah,
if she's struggling, it seems like she's struggling a lot based on these
right.
photographs. Let her have some dignity and let her recover and rest peacefully without having it
Right.
blown up all over the internet. It's sending very
A
bizarre messaging.
camera in her face. Yeah.
Yeah.
And people, like we said, there's so much speculation. People, viral tweets of people saying this is Munchausen's, like we're watching Munchausen's in action. who knows what's going on, honestly. Like, this is all speculation. Like, this entire conversation is speculation. But like, they're the ones putting it in her face. Either way, obviously, we wish Bella the best.
Yeah, she's always been she seems very sweet, like a
Yes.
nice girl, and I want the best for her and hoping she recovers and gets out of this
Yeah.
soon.
Yes, definitely. Now let's take a quick break to talk about our sponsors. It's finally fall, and as much as I love sweater weather and crispy leaves, this is the time where my skin really starts drying out and acting up. And that's why I'm so thankful for OneSkin's Skin Longevity Moisturizer. It's so deeply hydrating. It's like giving my skin a tall glass of water. It's like giving my skin a glass of Jacob Elordi. For daytime, I love their face SPF also. That's my next step after moisturizer before I apply my makeup. And for nighttime, I always like to go to bed looking like a glazed donut and lather it on. And I also swear by their eye cream. It's great for 30 somethings like myself. Now that we're getting those little fine under eye lines, but obviously it's never too early or too late to find a great eye cream. At OneSkin's core is their planted OSON peptide. It's the first ingredient proven to target senescent cells, the root cause of nefarious wrinkles, crepiness, and loss of elasticity, all key signs of skin aging, with results validated in 5 published clinical studies. That might be why they count so many ageless celebrities like Jennifer Aniston and Katy Perry as fans. OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. By focusing on the cellular aspects of aging, OneSkin keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer. For a limited time, you can try OneSkin for 15% off using code SNARK at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code SNARK. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Give your skin the scientifically proven gentle care it deserves with OneSkin. I would love to talk about Ned Fulmer from the Try Guys. Do you remember this drama when it happened?
Of course. Oh my God, it blew up the entire internet.
Yes. So back in 2022, Ned Fulmer from the Try Guys, which is a YouTube group, like I'm not their demographic. Basically, they like try different things. Hence why they're called the Try Guys. So he blew up his life and his career by having an affair with one of his employees. I'm not going to name her because I feel really bad for her and she needs to move on with her life. And I hope that she's doing okay because, again, this went super viral that he had this affair. He was famously the wife guy of the group, obsessed with his wife, did a lot of content with his wife, Arielle, and yeah, had this affair go viral with one of his employees that worked for them. And she was, you know, his employee. Like, let's be clear here that it was an inappropriate relationship. It wasn't only that he was cheating on his wife, it was that he was having an affair with someone that worked for him.
And a much
So
younger
power
employee
imbalance.
as well.
Much younger, much younger. So just so inappropriate. And he just disappeared for a while. Left, announced that he was leaving the Try Guys, completely disappeared. Like we said, it just went so viral on the internet. It was shocking. It was shocking just because he was, and I had never heard of him until this happened. I'm acting like I like, you know his life story, but he was the wife guy. And so people were just so shocked. And so he has officially made his comeback with a podcast called Rock Bottom. And the first episode features his now ex-wife, Arielle. And there has been some speculation that they are still together. And a lot of people were like, wow, Arielle, you have no self-respect. And I never would judge someone who has children. They have 2 children together.
Yeah.
Someone who has children, if you want to keep your family together for the sake of your children, I'm not going to judge you. I'm sorry. Like, I understand how hard that can be. So I was never judging her regardless, but a lot of people were. So this was her chance to kind of clear the air. And it is like an excruciatingly painful listen. Did you see this podcast that came out?
No.
It was painful to listen to.
What
First
do you
of all,
mean?
he is so put on and disingenuous. He's talking like this. He's just like, yeah, it was just, I know I fucked up and I'm just going to do everything I can to make it up to you. I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to make it up to you.
Give me a break.
I know. He's such a narcissist. And it's so obvious in this conversation. Again, it's been 3 years. It's so obvious that he still can't see how clearly he's hurt her. Like, hold on, let me pull up my notes that I took when I was listening.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I listened to the whole thing. I didn't watch it, even though they have the video on Spotify like we used to do. Remember when we used to do that?
Of course.
um she said that she still doesn't forgive him, but they co-parent. Like they've confirmed that they've separated. They are now just trying to stay friends for the sake of their children. But what I thought was interesting was that Arielle found out about the affair from the fans. When it started to blow up in the internet was when she found out. So fans sent her a photo of Ned and this employee at a concert together. And she, like, her brain could not compute. She was like, oh my God, they got married when they were in their early 20s. Like I said, have 2 kids together. Like,
Yep.
she was like, this is the love of my life. This is who I'm growing old with. Her brain could not compute. She was like, that looks like Ned's sister. She like sent it to Ned. She was like, why was your sister in town? Like, when was she in
No.
town? Like, she could not compute it. And she also talked about being so traumatized from how public it became and the fact that like they became the type of people that paparazzi would follow and stake out their house. And that doesn't surprise me that paparazzi were following them. This was like the biggest story in the country when it first came out. And she said that it was just so traumatizing how public it was. And she was like, do you realize like how humiliating and traumatizing and hurtful this whole thing was? Something like that. And there was a moment where Ned was like, no, I didn't even think about it like that. And it's like, what do you mean? You've had 3 years to like stage your comeback and you're not putting yourself in your ex-wife's shoes. Like, I don't know. He just like came off even worse somehow.
I don't
Like,
even
it
know
was
why
so weird.
I don't know why he's bringing this back up because it's been so many years, like you said, since the scandal was upon us. And it was the biggest scandal for like a month. It permeated every corner of the internet, whether you knew the Try Guys or not. But the fact that he's like bringing this back to our attention, he could have quietly come back, had done a podcast, not had done some like clickbaity type episode with his ex-wife. Like it just seems very thirsty to me and
Yeah.
very disingenuous, like you said, very put on. It's clear that he just wants people to listen to the podcast. He wants ad revenue from the clicks. It's tacky, it's gross, and no one gives a shit about your podcast, Ned Fulmer. I'm sorry. You're such a hack and
Yeah.
you're just fake. You're fraudulent. We all found out. My sister was a YouTube girl, and she told me when this story broke, she was shocked because she used to watch the Try Guys, and she said his whole bit, the entire Try Guys experience was I'm the wife guy. Like his whole
Yeah.
personality was the wife. So that's why it was even more scathing when the scandal broke,
Yeah.
was because it was so unbelievable coming from Ned Fulmer. But give me a break. This guy, no one wants to listen to you. Shut up.
Yeah. And I thought it was really interesting also because so many people were like, why is she even like, going on there? And I understand, first of all, I feel like she is trying to move on with her life. So it's like she also had a career in the public eye. She was doing a podcast too, which she confirmed she's not returning to. But it's like she needed to address it so she could move on with her life. And also, it feels like she's like embarrassing him on the podcast.
She
Almost
should.
like it's funny. Like there's one moment, basically, he was like, yeah, I'm just like, I'm meant to be a storyteller and a creator, like something like that. And says that he's really good at telling other people's stories or something. And she goes, you think, oh, here it is. Yeah, he sees himself as, kind of just someone who can tell other people's stories really well. And she goes, you think you're interesting enough for that?
Every person that starts a podcast, and people will say this about us too. You can say this
Yeah.
about
Oh,
us.
for sure. For sure about us
Everyone
also.
thinks they are so important and their opinion is like the end all be all. So many people, actually, I'm just going to go on a rant now about podcasting. Everyone and anyone thinks that they can start a podcast because they see it blow up on every corner of Instagram,
Mhm.
TikTok, whatever. And they're like, oh, that looks pretty easy. I can just buy a mic and just dispel my thoughts. No, no, no. Doing a podcast is so much fucking work. There is so much behind the scenes stuff that you guys would never, if you don't have a podcast, you don't necessarily appreciate, nor should you. I mean, you're not doing it, so why would you care? But people just think that they can just do it and it's easy. It's so much more than just hopping out on a mic and just like talking. No one cares about your thoughts like 99.9% of the time. Are you adding value? And I bet you Ned Fulmer is not adding value. It's just he
Well,
wants to hear himself speak.
and that includes us, you guys.
100%. No,
No,
exactly.
it's
We're
true.
not
It's true.
exonerated from
No,
this criticism. And
no.
many people would say that we shouldn't have a podcast, which again, it's your opinion, but I would like to think we're at
But
least
no
adding a
one's
little bit.
stopping us. No one's stopping us from having a podcast. No one's stopping Ned Fulmer from having a podcast. That's the beauty of free will. Anyone
Yes.
can have a podcast. Should you? That's, that's arguable. But
Yeah. Is it value add? His is not value
yeah.
add.
Yeah. Okay. So one last thing I'm going to say about this, because I also thought this part was interesting. So he basically said his rock bottom moment, and that's the name of this podcast, which by the way has like last time I checked, it had two uh what's it called? 2 out of 5 stars rating. Um, but he said let's see what it's at now. He had so many negative reviews and negative comments. Of people being like, we're only listening for Arielle. Like everyone's rooting for her. He is 1.7 now. But he basically said his rock bottom was Arielle telling him that she was like, I can't get past this. And then he realized what he had done was unforgivable. Like you're just now realizing that you weren't thinking about it. Well, it wasn't just one mistake. Like they were having a full-blown affair. They were not that it would be better if it was like a one night stand, but like I think that there's something so much worse in my opinion. I mean, I don't know which is worse, but like doing it over and over again, like that's a conscious decision. Like you are not thinking about your wife or your children. And he was at a wedding that weekend where his first dance song with Arielle played and he found it ironic. And it's like, yeah, that's what you deserve. But it's crazy that it's like he didn't think about anything he didn't think about consequences at all. And also the consequences for the other Try Guys. Like he ruined their livelihoods too. I mean, they're still like doing Try Guys stuff without him. Or at least some of them are. I think one of them quit shortly after, but he blew up their thing also.
Yeah. It's selfish. Cheating is very selfish. And especially when you have a business and a brand that you're running with other people and their mistakes end up being your mistakes.
Yep.
It was a grave misstep. And I wish him nothing but bad things.
The
I don't
worst.
really. Yeah. Okay, can we quickly talk about two New York City influencers? The first, Halley Kate, is selling her Hamptons home just 1.5 years after purchasing it. So she bought it for $815,000, 815, which to me seems like quite a steal for the Hamptons. Though I heard that where she bought in the Hamptons is not East Hampton.
It's Hampton Bay. So it's like, it's not, I don't know like too much about the Hamptons or real estate or anything, but it's not like the prime Hamptons area.
815K in California, which is like a huge housing market. I mean, that would get you like a really low condo, genuinely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like not that great of
Isn't
an
that
area. So I was actually
crazy?
sorry.
Is that crazy? Like, what even timeline are we in where like $800,000 gets you like barely anything?
Yeah, listen, I'm not saying that 815K is cheap like at all. It's definitely a very high
No,
price.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, that's crazy that like, I mean, we also live on the coast, so we live in, expensive markets, but like still, that's like crazy.
It is crazy, but she's selling it a year and a half after purchasing it, and the asking price on Zillow that some Reddit sleuths came across is that it's being offered at 899K. So she apparently did a full remodel. She did her bathroom, her floors, hung wallpaper, put scones on the walls. And after doing a full like remodel in my home when I purchased it, I'm telling you, she's making zero profit on this. In fact, she's probably losing money on the sale if you include broker fees. And I'm just shocked because it makes me wonder if she's selling this house because she wants an upgrade and perhaps a better part of the Hamptons, or does she just need more liquidity and she's trying to sell it as quickly as possible? Like this to me, from a real estate state of mind, makes no sense. You should hold as long as you can and then sell it
Yeah.
at a high. Yeah, I just don't understand this from an investment perspective at all.
Yeah, that is strange. If I had to guess, I would say that she's upgrading,
That's what people
right?
think.
I don't know though. Who knows? It's very strange. But speaking of Halley Kate, you guys, should we spoil it? That
Yeah.
our Thursday episode is about Halley and Jazz. So stay tuned for more chit chat about those two.
I'm so glad we did that episode before I found out about this because now I'm on NYC Influencer Snark being like, I know her. I didn't really
Yeah.
follow her before our episode, but
Yeah, Christy knows her very well now. I gave her the rundown.
yes. The second New York City influencer that I want to talk about is Danielle Bernstein. So last DET, we talked about how she was incorporating shoppable links on her engagement party website. And once a guest would click on the link, it would disappear from the website so that her guests were not wearing the same outfit. And then we can only assume that she was getting commission off of these shoppable links. But I found out through Danielle's story that she was doing an engagement party tasting.
Like, is that a thing?
No.
So like I don't know, like maybe that I don't throw a lot of big parties. The one big party I threw obviously is my wedding. You do a wedding tasting. Our engagement party was like very low key at a bar.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I guess if you like throw a party, you do a tasting for that party, but it's just like it's so like she's so just extra. Like everything is like a thing. Like just relax.
I think that's why it's bothersome. You can want to throw a great party and make sure that the food is tasty. That's okay. But throwing it in people's faces and putting it on your Instagram, I'm having an engagement party tasting. It just shows your opulence and what she wants you to think is like her exorbitant amount of wealth. And it's just very tacky to me. I don't know. I don't know why it bothers me. She's my BEC, so I know why it bothers me. But do you know what I mean? It just feels tacky and
Yeah.
irrelevant.
Yeah. And I also, while we're on the topic of influencers, New York City influencers, I want to quickly touch on Arielle Charnas, who, God, I'm trying to find the screenshots. I took screenshots. Basically, she decided this week, and if you have not listened to our Arielle Charnas deep dive, she is known for being obsessed with logos. Like she wears like a t-shirt that says Celine on it and like just a sweater that has Chanel C's all over it. Like she's just obsessed with designer logos. And the other day, she decided that she is done with logos and like announced it to her followers. Like she invented like the quiet luxury thing. And it's so funny because I'm like, what do you mean? Like you are the one person that's obsessed with logos. Like what?
What is her reasoning? Did she give one?
Um, okay, so she said someone asked her, I can't find the original screenshot where she like announced it. But someone asked her, can you share items with brand logos that are too much and others that you think are good? She goes, honestly, and she posted herself in a Chanel or a Prada puffer that has a little Prada triangle. And that's like all she wears. Like I said, like it's Prada triangle, Chanel C's, Celine logo on everything. I even like when we did her episode, I posted a roundup on our Instagram of all the tacky logo items she wears. She goes, honestly, it probably won't make sense to you guys, but to me, it somehow did. I got rid of puffers like this, but I kept a Prada mini skirt that says Prada on the side. Something about the coat slash jackets with the visible logos gave me the ick. Beanies too. Mew Mew, I kept my fleece only because I genuinely wear it every morning to school when it's cold out. I got rid of some Celine and Prada shoes that had visible logos on them, but kept others from those designers that weren't obvious. I'll keep you posted on some other things that I kept slash got rid of as I come across. Like
No one
what?
asked.
No one asked. And also, well, someone literally did.
Oh,
But also someone I liked the response. And again, I'm having trouble like finding the screenshots that I took, but someone was like, you have a responsibility because you're constantly shilling things with logos or wearing things with logos. And all of a sudden you're saying logos are out. Logos have been out since the quiet luxury thing became a thing in 2023. And now actually they're coming back. It's like, it's always like a pendulum. So logos are actually coming back right now, in case you guys were curious. Either way, it's like it's a personal preference. But someone DM'd her, and I can't find the screenshot, and they were like, "You have a responsibility because now all of a sudden you're telling people to get rid of these logos. So it's like you are causing people to buy things en masse and now dispose of them en masse. Like I don't know, it's just so interesting because again, and here's an example of like this is her and like a big
mhm.
like Celine, varsity, it's a varsity jacket that says Celine on it. Like she is the queen of wearing logos. So it's just like such a weird sudden switch up. I don't
Yeah,
know.
she's trying to remove herself from what I feel like makes her an influencer.
Yeah.
she's peeling that back for whatever reason, but it's like, babe, you're a little late because now, like you said, designer brands are coming back in. I
Yeah,
guess it depends
honestly,
on who you're
yeah.
talking to, but
Um, I don't know. I just thought that was so obnoxious. Like all of a sudden
she,
you're like, logos are out. And it's like, babe, all you wear are logos. Literally. I'm
I
gonna
hate
post
that.
more. I'm gonna repost some of the crazy logo sweaters and jackets and tops and whatever that she wears so you guys can see what I'm talking about and see why this is such a like bizarre switch up suddenly.
Yeah, it's
And
definitely
also like why announce it? She's like announcing it.
I don't know, that feels very on brand for her.
She's so weird.
She is weird. Speaking of weird alliances, friendships arising. We didn't talk about this last week on DET, but Nina Dobrev and Shaun White have ended their engagement after being together for years now. And there's always been rumblings in the NT Crazy Days and Nights blind item world that Shaun White is not faithful to Nina Dobrev. So Zac Efron, Nina Dobrev, Kelly Teller, Miles Teller, Chase Crawford, and his girlfriend Kelsey Merritt, who I feel like similar to Brooks Nader and everyone else, we're supposed to know who Kelsey Merritt is. Don't know who she is, but I know she's dating Chase Crawford now.
Hmm.
They were spotted on a boat in Italy the last couple of days. And I'm sorry, okay, let me just be clear. Zac Efron and Nina Dobrev are being heavily shipped. TMZ was plastering photos of the two of them appearing a little bit like close, very friendly. They've been friends for years, by the way. This isn't like they met for the first time on this yacht. They've had this history of a friendship.
Hmm.
So it's just two friends coming together, hanging out, but with other couples because you have the Tellers and then you have Crawford and Merritt. And then you also have Nina and Zac. So people were like shipping it, which I am so for. I love both of them, Nina and Zac. I think they both
Hmm.
deserve happiness. I think they're both very talented and they're just cool people. I think that would likely get along really well considering they have a great friendship. However, something about Kelly Teller is so clout chasey to me. I cannot put my finger on it. And then add Chase Crawford into the mix. I have never seen such darker energy than I did on that boat.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot to say about Kelly Teller. I feel like we're like fascinated by her because she was allegedly, I mean, she was best friends with Taylor Swift at one point, and then allegedly was cut off by Taylor Swift because she was getting like weird clout chasey vibes from her.
Hmm.
And I don't know, she's so interesting. And also, like, I for sure, I'm with you on rooting for Zach and Nina's happiness. Those are two teen icons
Yep.
that we've grown up with. Want them to be happy for sure. Um, this also reminds me of the fact that remember when the Tellers would go on trips to Hawaii with like Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley when Aaron and Shailene were together. And now Aaron is apparently quote unquote married to someone, but no one knows her identity. And there's no proof beyond Aaron's just word that he is actually married or that she exists.
We need to do an entire Aaron Rodgers
Yes.
family episode.
Yes. 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 I'm writing that down right now before I forget. Oh my
Yes.
God.
But something with Kelly, kind of to add on to that point, I find that anytime she aligns herself with a celebrity, for instance, Taylor Swift, now it's Nina Dobrev, she very much likes to showcase the friendship on her IG. Like she loves to show the world, hey,
Hmm.
I am best friends with this hot new it girl that is Nina Dobrev. She's newly single. Everyone's rooting for her. She posted that cryptic TikTok, potentially alluding to the fact that Shaun White cheated on her. Like, we're all rooting for Nina. And now Kelly, as luck may have it, is now best friends with her. Like she always finds
Yeah.
herself in these positions where she's aligning herself with the female powerhouse of the moment. And I think something about her, when I watch her post, it just seems very unsettling to me. Like there's a lot of allegations about her, what she likes to indulge in off camera, like whatever. She just kind of seems a little bit like off to
Yeah, like
me.
there's something very uncanny about her. It's also the way she like edits her photos. Like, I don't know, it scares me.
No, it is. It's weird. It's very AI generated. Like there's so much filter. It's like a Brandy Glanville type of. Not excuse me, not Brandy Glanville. Gretchen Rossi. If you're watching OC, they always make fun of how heavily filtered her photos are. Like Kelly Teller takes it to that level. And then let's talk about how Miles Teller was beat up in a Maui bathroom because he allegedly didn't pay like the wedding coordinator or something or wedding planner. There's
Yeah,
just darkness.
We were like randomly talking about that recently. I can't remember if it was a Patreon episode
Yeah.
or a main feed episode. It all blurs together, but I love how Miles Teller getting like beaten up in Maui is like one of our Roman empires.
It really is. We're going to do a whole episode just on Kelly and Miles as well. Add that to the docket.
Yes.
Really quickly,
Yes.
though, Chase Crawford, don't get me started on that man. That man, okay, this is why he's almost like a Chase Stokes for me. There was this one photo that I came across on the internet years ago. He was at an airport and he had taken a photo. At this point, he was probably late 20s, early 30s. He had taken a photo with like the UCLA soccer girls at an airport, and he seemed very like it seemed a little bit like you were getting a little too close to the minors. You know what I mean? I don't think
Ooh,
they were minors.
yes. Yes. Yes.
They were over
I know
18, but they were just young.
I know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking
Of
about. I
course, you know
also
what I'm talking about. Like you and
I
I.
know we share the same brain. Also, something that annoys me about him is that if you did you read the Gossip Girl books before the Gossip Girl show?
I did not.
Oh my God, I was obsessed with them. And Nate Archibald was supposed to be so hot. And like Chase Crawford just isn't, in my opinion.
He's too pretty.
He's too like pretty and petite,
He's very petite. And let's talk about his relationship with JC Chazet.
Wait, they have a relationship?
Oh, we need to do a full episode. No, 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 no. And I gotta shout out Kelly from Beyond the Blinds because she like is a connoisseur on
Yeah.
Chase Crawford. And I think I was listening to Beyond the Blinds. I don't know where I saw this, but I was like, oh, interesting. Chase Crawford and JC Chazet were roommates at one time. And at one point, like 2009, 2010, they were constantly photographed together, whether it was leaving their apartment, whether it was they were partying in Vegas, they were always attached by the hip. And I asked Kelly, I'm like, I didn't even know that like they were roommates or best friends. She was like, yeah, like there's a lot of lore to that friendship. And we can talk all about that behind a paywall because I'm not comfortable talking about it on the main feed. But there is lore with JC and Chase. And I just, yeah. Something about Chase, he just gives very clout chasey to me. And I feel
Yeah.
like, he was dating, wasn't he dating? Did I make this up? Did he date Carrie Underwood?
They did date. They did date. They
Yeah.
did.
So they broke up over text, apparently amicably, per Time magazine in 2013.
Wow. I'm glad it was amicable.
Yeah, I
I
don't
also,
know.
you know what else is that his sister
Yes,
is married to Tony Romo.
he
That's what
dated
I was
Jessica
thinking.
Simpson. Something about Chase is very weird to me. I can't put
Yeah.
my finger on it. I'm sorry to you guys that love him. I'm not saying he's like a mean guy. He just feels to me, he gives me like a Shawn Mendes vibe. Just very uncomfortable with himself.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so last thing before we get into DEOs and LEOs, do you want to talk about Selena Gomez's wedding?
Yeah, so TMZ reported that the wedding will take place in Santa Barbara at some point in September, and it was confirmed that guests will be staying at El Encanto, which is located in Santa Barbara. It's a five-star hotel. The entire hotel, of course, I went on their website because I'm like, if they're booking out the entire hotel, like what dates is the hotel like you can't reserve? So on September 26th and 27th, the entire dates are blocked out per their hotel website. So I'm assuming she's getting married in a couple days here. And
Ooh.
apparently the guests will be bused from El Encanto to a mysterious location. So no one knows where the actual wedding is taking place. It has to be top secret. So they'll meet at El Encanto, be bused to this said destination. Everything is paid for, obviously, because Selena's a billionaire. And I'm just excited to see these photos for my girl.
I'm excited too. I feel like she's gonna look beautiful. I mean, she always does, but I feel like she's gonna wear something so classic and beautiful. Like I just know her wedding dress is gonna be gorgeous. I feel like they're probably going to incorporate some Jewish traditions because Benny Blanco is Jewish.
Oh,
I
I
think
didn't know that.
it was so funny at her bachelorette party. There were balloons that said Mrs. Levin. And
Yes.
it's like, who is that? Who's Mrs. Levin? But yeah, his real name is Benjamin Levin.
Yeah, I had no idea about
So
that.
yeah, I feel like it's gonna be like a very classic traditional wedding if I had to guess.
It's
What
gonna
are
be
your
a
predictions
stack.
for it?
It's gonna be a stacked guess. I mean,
Yeah. Do you
Martin
think Taylor's
Short.
gonna be there?
That's a great question. I don't know because Taylor wasn't at her Cabo. She had her bachelorette in Mexico. I think it was
Yeah.
in Cabo. Taylor was not present at that, but I feel like she has to be. Taylor has to be there.
Yeah, that would be weird if she wasn't. Like
No, that would be telling.
I feel like it's fair to not be at her Cabo Bachelorette, but to not be at the wedding would be weird.
I completely agree. I feel like Selena would be very upset because she's very publicly like me and
Yeah.
Taylor are BFF. So that's weird if your best friend's not at your wedding.
What other celebrities do you think will be there?
Obviously, Martin Short and Steve
Mhm.
Martin and Meryl Streep because they're all her co-stars on Only Murders in the Building. I think David Henry from Wizards of Waverly Place is
Mm.
confirmed to be in attendance. You know who I am curious whether or not they're going to attend
Half-Baked Harvest.
that, but Francia Raisa.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about that.
That's yeah, there's lore there. That's Selena's ex-best friend.
Who she donated her kidney to.
Or wait, wasn't it the other way around?
Yeah, sorry, Francia donated her kidney to Selena Gomez, who was in need
Yeah.
of it, and there was a fallout, and then they got back together as friends. So their relationship is very up and down, very publicly up and down. Let's see who else. Yeah, Taylor Swift obviously is the big question mark, but then Travis has to go as Taylor's plus one. So, I mean, can you imagine having Taylor at your wedding? It would feel like no one's paying attention to you.
I know that was like when Taylor and Travis were at that like normie couple's wedding, and I think it was Travis's cousin or something. It's like imagine just like having Taylor Swift at your wedding.
I'm thinking about it. I I'm such a Swiftie that I wouldn't care, but that would take away from your entire day.
Yeah, like it kind of would. Like
Yeah.
it's funny because it's like it's not like she'd be trying to upstage the bride. She just upstages the bride by being Taylor Swift.
Just walking in, the entire room will just
Yeah.
look at Taylor and not to the bride.
Yeah.
That's quite
Um,
distracting.
Speaking of Taylor, are we ready to move on to dark energy and light energy objects of the week?
I'm so excited for you to talk to me about your DEO.
I want to talk about the Life of a Showgirl cardigan box set. That is a
No,
cardigan.
Sophie was enraged, to be clear.
I was mad about this. I
Yeah.
immediately texted the group chat. So if you guys aren't familiar, I guess Taylor does cardigan box sets, and it's like is it a vinyl in a cardigan? Is that what it is?
I don't know. I've never purchased a cardigan.
It's
Mhm.
basically something you get the cardigan and then you get something else, like
Okay.
either vinyl or a record. I don't know. In any case, I'm concerned with the cardigan. That is what I'm focusing on right now. Because the cardigan, when I saw it, I was like, this looks like the most flammable piece of clothing that I could ever put on my body. It looks scratchy. It's like glittery. It has like interwoven metallic fibers. It looks like 2008 Forever 21. And it has a little like TS in the corner and it's like rust orange. So it's like kind of like the color palette of Life of a Showgirl. I immediately was like, what the fuck? I was like, I know this is not going to be made from organic fibers. I clicked on the link, obviously. It is 40% acrylic, 28% polyester, 27% polyamide, 5% metallized fiber. Like it
Do you
is
know what I'm
so
thinking of?
fucking flammable, you guys.
Do you know what I'm thinking of?
Those pajamas.
Wait, which pajamas?
The pajamas that like can't legally be called pajamas because they're so flammable. Alyssa Fluellens. Like I'm serious, and I know that like I know that people buy fast fashion and they're fine, and that Taylor isn't actually trying to like hurt anyone. But like, I just think it's crazy that she has enough money and resources to use organic fibers, at least cotton. Like, it is using cotton is not that much more expensive than using synthetic fibers, and even if it is, like Taylor can afford it. And
Yeah.
it's like you are just producing like I feel like people, I don't agree with everyone who calls Taylor Swift a climate criminal because of course she is going to fly around in a private plane. She can't go anywhere without being flooded by fans.
And if you're gonna say that you wouldn't, you're lying. Okay. If you were that
Yeah.
wealthy, you too would be on a private jet.
Yeah, I have other feelings about other celebrities using private jets for everything, but like Taylor Swift is the one celebrity on the planet who cannot live a normal life because she will get
Oh,
hounded.
yeah.
So it's like, I don't think she's a climate criminal for that, but she's kind of a climate criminal for this. It's like these like garbage, like, of course her fans are going to buy them because they buy everything and they're just going to like end up in landfills. Like they're just garbage. I don't know. It just like made me mad.
No, you were reasonably upset about this because you are a fashion person. You understand sustainable clothing, what it means to produce sustainable clothing. Like, I can understand why this triggered you. And yeah, this is just my advice, do not buy it. And I'm curious if her other cardigans were this flammable.
I actually don't know. Let
It's a
me,
hazard, guys.
I'll do some research on the other cardigans. I will do a comparative analysis and get back to you guys.
Oh, thank you
But
so
this one just
much.
looked, I think it's like the metallic fibers. It like just looked so much more flammable than I've noticed the other ones have.
Yeah, I agree. Like the fiber of the sweater, I'm like, God, this looks itchy
Itchy
too.
as fuck, like so
Yeah.
itchy. Oh my God. Okay, what is your dark energy object of the week?
Okay, something about being at the office and eating your lunch in the kitchen alone is so sad. Why is
Hmm.
that? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I feel pathetic.
Oh, I'll end up eating it just at my desk.
I want to, but I also, we hotel offices and desks. So I'm always in an
Oh,
office because I'm on calls all day. So I don't like to put my food in the office because then it smells and it's just too
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know, something about it is very deeply embarrassing. And then people come in and out and they're like, hey, Christy. And I'm like on my phone on TikTok, like, hey, eating my meal. And then someone goes, what are you
Mhm.
eating there? Like, can you just not?
You know what makes sitting alone less embarrassing every time? Like, because I've like eaten at bars, restaurants alone before. I live in New York. It's like
That's a
sometimes I just
power
want to
move,
take
dude.
myself out. I will do it either with my laptop, so I'm working, or I will read a book. And people who sit alone at like a bar or cafe reading are just so like chic looking. And it's not, so it's like that performative thing where it's like starting a book from page one in public. I'm like, this is my first time reading. I'm going to do it right here. But like, actually, though, when it looks like you're doing something productive, it's not as embarrassing. For some reason, when I'm scrolling my phone in public, which I also do when I'm alone, that's what makes it embarrassing. I'm just like, yeah, on TikTok. Like it just like
Yeah.
feels embarrassing, even though it's not, like it just feels embarrassing.
No, I know what you mean. One other thing is I get dip nails like all the time. Like I just feel like I look very put together. I've recently realized I'm allergic to something in the dip.
No.
Yeah, so like I noticed that I've been getting like really dry like around here and I was talking to my girlfriend, one of my girlfriends, Angie, and she was like, I think it's the dip because I also get psoriasis when I have dip. But anyways, like I won't show you guys, but I'm starting to get like serious like itches and like redness all around my cuticle. It's like bad. And then so now my nails are gonna look like shit. Like they look good right now, but like if you look closely, I'm in pain.
Oh
So
no.
that's my dark energy object, you guys. I have very sensitive skin and I'm like constantly itching my thumb because I'm just like it's so itchy from the dip.
Oh
So
my God,
I'm
I'm so
struggling.
sorry. I'm sorry. That
Ah,
sucks. My last one is that my chair is I sat down to podcast to do this episode and I've been running around, like I said, all weekend. I had, these weddings and then I had my friend's like birthday brunch. So then we drove home from the wedding this morning. Then I had my friend's birthday brunch. Like I said, all my friends are born in September and then rushed home. And then I plopped down in my chair and it's been kind of like a little bit like I can tell that one of the legs is like a little bit
on its
broken
last leg.
on its leg. Yeah, this leg is on its last legs.
Yeah.
And then I sat down and I just completely collapsed the chair. So right now I'm kind of holding it up with like my own leg muscles. Let me know, you guys, because I kind of just want something. This is only a chair from Wayfair that I've had for like 4.5 years. I eventually want something more official. Like we're gonna upgrade my vanity into like a real desk at some point because our other desk, it's like a long story, it's a whole thing. I won't bore you with it. But I need like just like a temporary good chair that's not gonna break. That'll look good in our bedroom. Let us know, where is your favorite place for affordable furniture? Clearly, Wayfair, the furniture is very hit or miss, I feel like for the most part. But like where else besides Wayfair? Let us know.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments on Instagram. My light energy object. So I was out at dinner on Friday with a girlfriend of mine, and we were at the bar, and we got requested by like an elderly couple to scoot over. We're like, yeah, no problem. And there was a woman to the left of my friend, and she was two seats down from the very end. So we go, oh, sorry, ma'am, do you mind moving over because this couple wants to sit? And she kind of went, begrudgingly went, Okay, fine. So we all scoot over one. And then another couple comes and taps me and my friend on the shoulder, and they were like, "We're so sorry. Do you guys mind if you move one down so we can sit here?" We're like, "Oh my God, yeah, not a problem at all." And we asked the woman again to our left, "Hey, do you mind just scooting one over because this other couple wants to sit next to us?" And she goes, "Well, this is gonna be the last time I do this. How annoying. All I wanted to do is sit and eat, and oh, how annoying." And we go, "Oh, we're sorry. They just wanted to sit down." And I was kind of like reminiscing and joking around with the second couple. I go, "God, I'm so sorry. What a burden for," I was kind of whispering, I go, "What a burden for her to have to move." And then come to find out when we're paying our check, the bartender goes, "Oh yeah, that couple, they paid for your guys's
Oh,
drinks."
that's so
I looked
sweet.
over, I go, you guys didn't have to do that." They're like, "You guys were so nice when we requested you to move." We're like, it literally took half an inch of like my body space to move from one stool to the next. It was more us just talking shit on the woman to the left of us. But anyways, something like that goes a long way. If you just do something really small, it really like made the rest of my evening and rest of my weekend because they
Oh,
were just so pleasant and nice. And they were just like, "Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for being so nice and classy when we asked you guys to move." And yeah, a little bit goes a long way. So
oh, a good reminder to pay it forward.
yeah, and that
Good.
lady on the left, God.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's
Ugh.
like it literally takes like no effort to do something like
Yeah,
that. Um,
exactly.
my light energy, I have two, but they're kind of related. I know you don't watch, but Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is back, and like no other housewife franchise is doing it like these ladies. Like I was locked in from minute one. It's so good. If you are a patron, actually, Olivia and I did like a little conversation style recap written out on our Patreon
Love
with our
that.
thoughts and musings on the premiere. But I am just so happy it's back. I feel like I've fallen off of Real Houses of Orange County. So I've been missing housewives in my life. So I'm very excited. And just Salt Lake City, it's just like I said, like no one's doing it like them. And I also saw something going viral the other day. Someone had a Watch What Happens live taping asked Andy if he could ever see Monica Garcia or Jen Shaw return to Salt Lake. And he said, I kind of never want to see Jen Shaw again. And that's where the video ended. So I don't know what he said about Monica, but like, I am so happy he said that because Jen Shaw, as you guys probably know, defrauded vulnerable elderly people, which is why she's in prison. And I have no interest in ever seeing her on my TV again. It's very strange. And I also, for the record, did not think that she was an entertaining or good housewife. I think that she sucked the air out of every room. I thought she was trying too hard. She was always screaming at people. She got like physical a couple times. Like I just am not interested in seeing her ever again
Right.
either. So I was very happy that Andy said that. And I wish more Housewives fans were on the same page because I see way too many people on Twitter excited for her to get out of prison and excited for her to return to Salt Lake. And the show has been just fine, if not better, without her.
Yeah, I've heard this season is kicked off with a great start. And
Yeah.
speaking of housewives, I recently started watching Miami. I didn't go back to season one, but this most recent season is really, really good.
Oh my God, I've heard such good things about Miami. I feel like it's time that I finally watch that.
It's really fabulous. It kind of gives what I wish OC kind of gave because OC's not fabulous in the slightest. When I'm watching these shows, I want escapism, I want wealth, I want like just fuck you money, and OC's not giving it to me. Miami is like so exorbitant and in your face and flashy and colorful. It's really good. So, um,
Good to
that's what I
know.
have to say about that. Yeah.
I also know Potomac. I don't think you watch Potomac, but Real
Mm-mm.
Housewives of Potomac is also returning soon-ish. And Monique is returning. Yeah, in 2 weeks on Sunday, October 5th, actually. So I am really excited for Potomac to be back. The past few seasons have not been great, but they're kind of branding this as like a refresh, like a new start. It has some mostly returnees, but some new people. Karen Huger will not be there because she has been, speaking of prison, in prison for her DUI while the season was filming. And I'm excited for it. Like the trailer looked good. Like it feels actually like a fresh start. Like it feels promising. So I'm excited for that after a few down seasons. But yeah, I feel like that's about it on DET for the day. Anything else, Christy?
No, thank you guys so much for listening. If you feel so inclined, leave us a 5-star review. Go ahead and follow us at SnarkBaitPod on Instagram. I'm at Christy Noel underscore underscore. Sophie is at Soph underscore Ross. We're also on TikTok where we post some unseen reels that didn't make it to IG onto our TikTok. So at SnarkBaitPod on TikTok over there. Thank you to Jordan, our producer, Rachel, our social manager, Olivia, our researcher. Head on over to patreon.com/snarkbaitpod for bonus content and ad-free episodes. We're covering Nepo babies tomorrow. So check us out there. We love you guys so much.
Thanks for listening. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.